Good morning, this is Vita and Hippie Crow Hub. Welcome to another crafty day, and these flowers are gorgeous, and it's a March break. I've got my kiddos at home, so they're being very patient while I do a couple of minutes of filming here and there to keep things going. And this is the box of little fixing that I gotta do. So basically, I've been collecting clothes that need little repairs for it to be either funner or more useful. Some are ripped, some just need to be restyled or resized, and I'll let you know all of these and what I'm gonna do with it. Nothing is rocket science, but this is just like little examples of how you can continue using something that you've had for a while and need just a tiny little fix up, and it will just have a whole refreshed new look. All right. So let me share all these things one by one, what the problem is and what I plan to do. And then of course I'll share how I do it, and I will share what is the final result. Okay, so I'll start in random order. And by the way, never mind my background this time is a little bit more messy, more like homemaker reality background since it's March break and the kids got like the spot here now. They're doing the arts and crafts. So don't want to bother them. So here, this leather jacket that I was sharing in my last thrift haul video that I really like and I want to wear it, and now like the weather is coming up to be perfect for this one. But the problem was that it has a rip here in the inside layer, and you know, when you're putting it on, you're catching that and you can rip it even more. So it definitely needs to be repaired. So I will see if I need to add extra textile patches or just do like a gentle hand stitch. So yeah, this is not gonna be too complicated. It's just gonna require a needle and a thread. And it only has those damages on one side. The other arm is kind of starting to get a little bit rippy. So I can also repair that just to prevent it from the hole becoming bigger. And there's few more here, and really this looks like somebody wore this jacket really tight. So it looks like the textiles popped, but never mind, we're gonna make this the way I like it to be on me. Okay, another item. So I made this out of a thrifted blanket, and this was one of the things I wanted to make, like something red for Valentine's Day to put it on my rack. And this is very pretty like thing, but I'm very tall, and it's this one on me is all, it's like all the way to the floor. So for the sale, I think it's gonna be a lot more difficult to sell it because of its length, because for a lot of other people who are not as tall as me will have this on the floor, and you don't want to walk around with something dragging on the floor, right? So yeah, so I'm going to restyle this gently. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna trim this. I don't know exactly where I'm going to trim this, but we'll see. Maybe just like a regular top this length, and then the bottom part, maybe I'll make it into another skirt, like I've already made one, but that one was a mini skirt. Maybe I'll turn this one into slightly longer skirt, kind of like with a split on the side. That's, yeah, just like simple basic entertainments. Okay, now this vest, I got it at the thrift on the 50% sale. Actually, I forgot to share it in that last video. I got it. It's not real leather or anything, but I don't know, there was something super cute about it. And again, for springtime, this kind of vests are really sweet. But the problem is that it's super big on me. And normally I don't care, and I don't mind oversized things, but in this design, it just simply doesn't work because it's just pointing out. Here is nice. So all I need to do, I need to cut the sides and sew it back together so it can become more like this, so I can enjoy it and wear it like in springtime over like some jeans or pants, because I think it's super cute. And yeah, and original stitching was like layered one on top of each other, so that will be very simple stitch, just a running stitch in like couple of in maybe 2 lines. I think this only has like 1 line of stitching. The textile edges don't even fray, so all I need to do is just cut it and lay it on top of each other and do like a running stitch on the side. I'm gonna put it on and then I'll pin it to see where I want it to be. And this is gonna be completely not noticeable, and it's gonna be super cute. So I'm excited about that one. Now is a very good time to wear this. Okay, I've got, okay. Remember the dress? It's been, you know, there's a video on how I made this dress, and this was total like experiment. It was like patches and patches of like clothes that were already done and ripped and old, and I had to like either probably just throw it out, because for thrifting, you know, I don't want to donate stuff that has like massive holes in it, and textiles are not like amazing anymore. So this was really experimental thing, but I ended up wearing this dress like the entire summer or half a summer. And what I did the last time I wore it and I was going on, I was like, oh, I'm excited to wear it again because it's super fun and I like it, and look what I've done. I hooked the pocket onto a door handle and I ripped it out. Well, that happens. So at this point, what I'm going to do, I don't want to repair it, but the bottom part is still super cute. So I want to use this bottom part, and I either want to turn it into like this really frilly skirt that you can just wear like on the beach as a little cover up, or maybe I'm still like thinking which one to choose, or turn it into like a flowy summer top just by ruching this part. So it will be like kind of like a long top just on the bum kind of situation. So I don't know, I'm still thinking about it, and I will decide like last minute once I have like scissors in my arms, as I do often. Okay, I also have 3 pairs of skirts. This skirt, it was one of my upcycle items in the shop that I think is really cute, but again, because I'm tall, this white material falls like in a okay length, just above my knees, but I can see how maybe it doesn't have the most flattering length for some other people, because it's also not a big size, so maybe a smaller person would fit this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply trim this kind of mermaid fishtail situation, and I'm going to zigzag because I already worked this top before. This was originally a top, a really long top, and I did upcycled version top with just cropping it and then zigzagging it underneath, and it did that light, nice little cute frilling like waving effect, and it sold. So I'm gonna do the same kind of finishing on this just by trimming it half length, and I'm going to zigzag around, so then the white is just like a tiny little curly thing sticking out underneath this mini denim skirt. So that will be a very quick fix, and hopefully I can put it back on the rack and maybe reprice it, lower the price slightly, and see if anybody's interested to grab it. Because I always like to rotate my things. I don't want things to hang on my shop rack for too long. Okay, and this skirt, okay, so originally I bought this vintage dress that I really liked, that I wore, and it had long sleeves, and then the size was too tight on the top and the bottom was still loose, so it was just like not the right size for me. So what I did was and also this was a little bit kind of too high, not the way I liked it, so I split it into 2, into a top and a skirt. And then I gave the top to my mom, because my mom is a lot more petite, and she ended up wearing that top because it's a really nice textile, it's woolen, and I ended up with just a skirt. And I was wearing it like that, but again, the length of it kind of starting to feel a little bit like not what I want for kind of like I don't know, right now I'm more into like either maxi skirts or like mini skirts on top of like tights or leggings. I'm not feeling this kind of in between knee length. And so also when I was wearing it with a cardigan over it, so I would just roll it up to get that length fixed up. So what I want to do, I want to trim this skirt, but I'll do it from the top. So I'll cut off the top and I'll add another elastic band, because this elastic band is a little bit like useless. It's not the best. And I'll just like add like this. So this skirt will become a little bit more curly. So I can wear it like just on top of leggings and trainers with a t-shirt, just like a daily simple vibe. I'm feeling for this spring just knee length leggings, kind of like a vintage style, and little mini skirt on top, because I've spent so many days in my life just wearing leggings and like a top, and now I feel like if I just wear leggings, I feel like I look like I forgot to put the pants on. Because I don't know, this, I feel like it needs just a little tiny enhancement on top of those same comfortable poopy leggings. So if I put a little mini skirt, because just to walk around with mini skirts daily, it can be uncomfortable too, because I like movement, you know, I do things, I don't want it to constantly be like scared that my parts are gonna stick out. So yeah, this is my solution. So I'm gonna turn this into this little mini skirt that I can wear on top of leggings. And I think it's gonna be really cute. Okay, same kind of problem with this skirt. I like it, and it's already older skirt. My mom uploaded it for me, but because I'm into all this vintage and upcycling stuff, so I always take whatever people give me. And that's the fun thing about what I do, because people know I use textiles and I use old stuff and turn it into something else. So sometimes people just be like, hey, you want this? I'm like, yes, I do. It's like textiles. So this skirt, I was wearing it, and it looks nice on top, and I like the buttons and this cross thing, but it's starting to feel a little bit kind of boring because of the length. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this skirt, but I'm gonna trim this one from the bottom. So I'm gonna take off like about this much of the skirt, so it can serve the same type of purpose for like this skirt. Okay. All right, one last item, very sweet and cute item. Now I don't know if I'm gonna manage to actually edit it, the final result, into this video because of the time situation, but I'm gonna do my best. But if I'm not gonna show what the final result is on this next item, then I'll share it in the next video, because that's my plan. Okay, so this bikini. So last summer I was really like craving to just go out and have as little stuff on me at the beach. I grew up in Lithuania. In Lithuania, we have a culture of like beaches where you can go nude. So we have like women's section where all women can just be free and naked and open. And I grew up going to women's nude beaches like my whole life. And that was like normal, and it was like a really nice, you know, just chill experience, just enjoying the sun and the beach. And then there are family beaches where people do cover up. There are also some other nudist beaches where it's mixed beaches and couples can go there. Whoever feels like it's okay for them to be exposed and nude. So yeah, so I really missed this experience last summer. I kept thinking I just really want like this freedom feeling. You know, I'm a bit of a, well, total kind of, well, whatever you want to call me, but I'm definitely a hippie, maybe a weirdo to some, but hey. So I bought this bikini, getting to the point, that is like as minimal cover up as possible. So it was like pretty small that way, pretty small on top, and it was like a G-string. So so it was like the closest I could get to being like opened and free at the beach with my family in Toronto. Because my husband mentioned that there is a nude beach in Toronto, but I don't know if it's appropriate to bring the kids there. So we're figuring it out, but never mind, never mind. So this white bikini, I don't know why I went for white, because it's not the most practical, but I liked it, but you know what happened? I was eating this like most amazing lamb sandwich that I made for the beach with some Korean chili sauce and tomatoes, and something splashed on it right on the front, and it's got like this like stain. And I don't want to treat it with chlorine, because you know what happens to this type of like white textiles when you treat it with chlorine is that it becomes gray. So this already losing that nice white color is becoming like a dirty white. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use black yarn and I'm going to crochet flowers, and I'm going to sew a bunch of black flowers on this bikini. So I have like this black on the top and white coming through from underneath. And I had a bikini like that back in Hong Kong, where it had it was double textile, a black lace on top and a white bikini textile underneath. So I'm kind of like want to recreate that type of look. So I'll see how it turns out, because just crochet bikini can also be a little bit unpractical, because it can be like stretchy and maybe not fully comfortable. I don't know, to be honest. I need to test that one out, because I know people wear it and it's been around forever, but because at the beach I love to go swimming and sit in the sand, and so I'm not too sure if the knits will be like super comfortable. But if I double the crochet and this textile together, then I'll feel safe, but it will still have that nice effect. Okay, and we'll see if I can get this done in this video, but either way, I'm gonna share it at some point. So this is the pile. Let's get to work. Stay tuned. I will start by simply chop all of these and then place it in the pile where next I will sew. So I'll chop up all of them and prep them for sewing first, and then we'll see which yarn I can continue with, either white or black, and that's how I'm gonna continue with the order. Okay, so here are the bits that I chopped off, and this is the new shapes. So when I sew, I will also show. So right now I'm gonna put this in the pile and move on to the next chops. All right, with this dress, I decided to chop like mid here, because if I chop here, the length is kind of neither nice for the top and neither nice for the skirt. So I'm gonna just focus with like a basic twirly little skirt that is not too long. So I'm gonna chop right here, and then by the time I fold up and do the finishing, so it's gonna like really shorten up, and that should be perfect. So I'll just chop and then we sew later. All right, so this is gonna become an actual real waist at this point, and this is gonna be a new little skirt, which we will sew in a minute. Okay, so I measured this, and all I need to do is really straightforward. So I align it here, and I just need to cut straight here. And the trick is that I don't cut too close to this line, because this has a pocket and I want to save it. So if I cut it here, then I can fold another material over it, and this is just gonna have this double kind of like effect like that. So it's really basic. And because the vest is kind of straight and long and it has a bit of that triangle shape, so my hips are wider than like my chest, so it sits really nicely on me when it's just slightly out like that. So, and it's just such a pretty like design. I really love it. So I'm really excited to do this fix, because that just shows that even if you thrift something that is too big for you, you can do very simple alterations and still use this beautiful item. Okay, let's cut. Okay, so I cut the sides here, and it's really simple. So I'm just aligning it one on top of each other, and later I'll do the running stitch. And these are the parts from the inside that I removed. And I'm gonna do the same pinning here, so it will be prepped for sewing, and this should fit me really nicely. All right, so right now I'm gonna just hand stitch all of these little rips inside of this leather jacket, And this is really crazy for me because the jacket is not even like dirty and the textile does not look completely worn out or anything, and the leather is in a really good condition. But this looks like it's really rips from someone wearing it so freaking tight that the material just bursted, which is insane. Anyway, I really don't care because it's gonna be inside and I want to keep this jacket for myself, and the leather is perfect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do hand stitch. It's a bit of a tedious job, but I think it's worth it. And then after that, I will pull out a sewing machine and just sew these. And all these are gonna be pretty quick and easy. All right, guys, so I did like complete Frankenstein here. So I went over all these patches, and really it's just to prevent it from ripping more when I put the jacket on, and like I would shove my hand accidentally and just pull and rip the textile. So none of this is going to be visible, but look at this gorgeous leather. Like, I love this style. All right, so we're gonna start with just doing a basic zigzag with the white yarn over this skirt. Now moving on to this, I switched to the slightly gray yarn because I didn't want it like standing out, because this has like a not completely white color, a little bit beige with blue. And I'm going to do running stitch on each side, and that will be it. So here we go. So with this one, because it's really wide, and I don't want to attach the ends together, so I did this like a double fold kind of thing, one on top of another. And I'm going to do very basic double fold like that. I'm gonna sew it, and then I'm gonna add elastic band into it, and that will be it. That will be like a really basic thing that I'm gonna do. All right. Actually, I'm changing my mind. I'm gonna go over the edges with a zigzag, and I'm gonna do single fold and a straight line running stitch with a sewing machine, because I'm feeling that it's gonna get really bulky, and when it rouges it up, it's just gonna be this big clog of textiles. So I'm gonna do that, and it doesn't really matter because all this is already so scrawny. So this is the final survival for this textile mush. So I don't want to get too like fancy or whatever. So yeah, we're just gonna do that, and it will be still usable for like a beach, camping, a couple of rolling around home situations, and that will be it. Okay, here we go. Hello one more time. So we switched to the next day here. I just had a shower and my, my usual hair care is wash, shake, and go. That's all I do. So luckily I finished all the sewing yesterday, and today, before I start editing the video, I'm just gonna go through the items that I upcycled just to show it, how it turned out. The other the project with a swimsuit and a crochet, I'm gonna leave it for the next video. That also gives me an excuse to finish the project that I was planning for a while, and I'll show you what it is. So I had this box with yarn. This is the swimsuit that I'm still gonna get to. So I'm gonna do a video on upcycling with crochet for the next time. I have this leather leftovers, like from a jacket that I already upcycled like 10 times. And this yarn, so I'm gonna combine crochet and leather together, and also I will upcycle the swimsuit with crochet too. So that will be a neat little project, and that will give me an excuse and a kick in the butt to finish this box of prep and a plan that I had. This is how it goes sometimes. I put the projects into boxes and bags, and I put it there. I was like, this is the next project, and sometimes it accumulates and I don't get to it for a little while because there's always something I'm doing and sewing and making. So this will be a great excuse to keep things going. And if it works out nicely, I can put this one on my shop in the rack because I think that will look very cute. Okay, so this leather jacket that I absolutely love, finally fixed up. So inside, as you know, nobody's going to be watching the little rips. But now when I put it on, I don't have to worry that I'll shove my hand into the hole and like rip it even more. So that's nice and refreshed, and this is for myself. Also this, I am so pleased how it turned out because you can't even tell that I've done anything to it. It looks like it was supposed to be that way. Let me just pop it over. And this is like really cute, and that just shows you that in the thrift, if you find something wrong size for you, you can adjust it, because in the thrift or it's usually just one of a kind items. So if it's too big, it's very easy to make it smaller, and now it's a perfect fit. And now in springtime, I can literally just wear it on top of a cardigan and be super cozy and have a fun look on top of the jeans. And where is the zipper? Got lost. Ah, it flipped inside. There you go. And I love how easy it was to upcycle this one. All right, so this cardigan originally was in the shop for 1 month, but then I realized that it's so long, and also it's not easy to hang it because it's just tossing in a weird angle. And it looks really nice now. I can pop it over too, just to show you how it looks. Now it has a very easy wearable shape to it. The long one looked nice, but it's not the most practical. So here it is. Now it's just like a simple little cardigan that looks cute and easy to wear. And perfect for spring or even summer for like a slight breeziness, and very nice accent. Okay, let's go through these skirts. So this upcycled item that I upcycled it second time, like I shared before, I just did the trim here. So I think that just makes it a little more fun and easier to match and wear with everything. So I prefer this now, and this will go back to the shop. This little skirt, this is my own skirt now, it has a very cute little younger vibe. It no longer looks like an office skirt. It looks more like you can wear it on top of like leggings, or just a skirt with like a t-shirt and Converse. And that's what I'm going for this spring, just like a very slightly vintage vibes and comfortable. This, I love how it turned out. It also did the same thing. It made it a lot younger and funner and easier to wear and style. So this is very, very simple fix. And also this, all right, this is the back, and this is the end result. Okay, so this, let me just go through quickly. So this pink textile and this black textile, these were shirts that I thrifted and I wore for like a while. And it started like ripping and wearing out, and I still use the textile. So as this beige dress that is also combined in some other upcycle item. That was something that I used and wore for a long time. This was a thrifted tablecloth. This is from Old Navy, and I wore it for probably about 4 summers. So this became used for something else, and this is also a simple Old Navy dress that I wore until it ripped. And this was already turned into a dress that I wore throughout the whole summer last year. And now this same dress that ripped got turned into the next upcycle item out of still same textiles. And I totally see myself wearing this either just at home in summer or going to the beach, just when you want to pop this over on top of a swimming wear. It is, or with a t-shirt, just a really, really fun, like hippie item. And the reason I decided to do this like an angle cut, because after I sewed it together, because I did this fold over, it looked like there's just too much textile in the front. So I cut out this triangle and I lifted it to the side to add like this fun vibe. So it kind of can go like this. So it has a little more personality and it's easier to wear. And I'll probably wear this the entire summer. And probably at that point, it's going to be like, I don't know, it's gonna turn into like a floor mat. No, I think that will be it. And if it's still usable, I might toss it in a thrift. I don't know, or I'll wear it until it literally falls off of me. But this is just examples how you can refresh the textiles, how you can upcycle, restyle, and you don't need to constantly buy new stuff, because it's just such a waste, and it's so much cheaper to do this for yourself. It is also so much funner, and I think it's fun. And if you like to craft and practice your skills, this is a great way to do it without spending a lot of money just to have a hobby. You can use that hobby to save money. All right, so I think I shared absolutely everything for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I appreciate all of you here. And thank you so much for viewing all my upcycled clothing. These are the most popular videos on my channel. And like I said, once in a while I squeeze in something else. But yes, this is definitely my passion, and this is definitely something I love doing. And I love the fact that my shop rack is also aligning with the same niche, if you want to call it, with the same things that I make. My upcycle clothing has been also one of the most popular items for selling in the shop rack. So every time I come up with something that I feel like is good enough to put on a rack, I do, and it makes me really happy. And also it gives me that little bit of a cash flow to continue doing what I do here. And yes, it's nice to be appreciated. Have a lovely week. Love and peace to you all, and stay creative. Mwah! Bye.